Good day, Internet. This is Spot with Spotric Games. Welcome to my channel. This is actually my first ever episode. May as well break the ice with a great game like Astroneer. If you've not had a chance to pick this up, and you are a fan of Minecraft or similar crafting exploration kind of games, this might be something to consider. Now, a quick little story about how I record. I record in a home studio, so there very well may be interruptions, so bear with me if any of that pops up. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get this game started. Okay, pardon me. Let's go ahead and look at taking this guy. And off we go. Now, I have been playing this, particularly with a friend of mine, Scorched Panda. Hopefully we can get him here on the channel before too long. And what we have here is our first touchdown on a brand new procedurally generated planet. The nice thing is, everything is random in this game. So, picking up with the current trends and everything else, it continues and does a very good job of that. Each planet that we have played on has been incredibly unique. Like this one looks like no mountain. Well, okay, so we do have a mountain ridge or two. But we have landed on some that are literally box canyons. Like we landed in the very base of it, so we were perfectly covered on either side. Kind of made getting wind action a little bit troublesome with wind turbines. But let's go ahead and get exploring here. Now, if you're new to the game, the way you can terraform everything is with your all-in-wonder gun here, basically. You can shape the terrain. You can use it to harvest. I don't know, why are we not digging down here? That's interesting. Okay, so I don't know why it's not digging there. Let's dig over here. Okay, so we can put down dirt, but we can't dig dirt. That's kind of interesting. I don't know why that is. So, that's new. I don't know if that's something with a patch or anything to that effect, but let's go ahead and keep trudging forward. You have oxygen, which is in the top little section here. You have your battery indicator for your gun and how much energy you have for that. The other control I forgot to cover on the gun, after you dig down, dig's here, so it must be something there. You can hold control and level over it, and that does a leveling feature, which makes it a little bit easier for making slopes and everything else, because it will match and lock in whatever angle you capture it at. Here we go. Okay, so say hello to resin. Resin looks like these old Lego trees, as I like to kind of reminisce with. And resin is the #1 thing for building your actual base. This is what's going to allow us to expand. This is what's going to give us our workstations and just kind of generally claim our stake around here. Now, the lack of power is proving to be a bit of an issue. Let's see, how much energy? We're getting a little low. So to get a radar, we are... we better hurry back. We are northeast of our base. Just hover over your guy for a little compass down at the bottom. And we might get in a bit of trouble here. And we're out. Okay, that's okay. Just get close. When that happens, you just can get close and hope for the best. In the meantime, let's go ahead and start expanding out our base here. Our door's there. Let's start going out this way. And this way. Ta-da! See, piece of cake. So, just basically point or get where you want to go. Either way, the expansion tunnels will kind of follow you out, and that's the easy part there. Let's go get let's go get the rest of that resin. And like I said, resin is purely for base building. I have not seen a feature yet, but this is pre-alpha, so I mean, things will change, worlds will change, gameplay features may change, you never know. Early access is kind of the new trend in the gaming world, but so far I've been very happy with this one. Now, the other element that we kind of want to keep an eye out for is compound. And compound is kind of white, bubbly, sticks out of the ground. It's pretty easy to find. It's primarily on the surface, but it can show up in caverns. Don't mind when it does. Makes my life a little easier, because compound makes just about anything. After you find the proper research, you can turn compound into oxygen, you can turn it into power, and speaking of oxygen, Yeah, we need to find our compound so we can actually go a bit more adventuring by tethers. And no problem, we're back. We're back in time. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull. Well, oh my goodness, we had resin right here the whole time. Are you kidding me? All right, let's see. Oh, compound's in the back. Okay, let's go get us some compound because I can make a couple of handy dandy tools that will make your adventuring a little bit easier as well. Here we go. Compound. As you can see, it comes in massive chunks, which is great because it harvests a little bit quicker. Okay. So on your backpack, hit Q for your backpack, you'll see we can turn compound into a solar panel. Let's go ahead and do that. It's going to plop right up here. And let's do it again. Great. Now let's turn it into tethers. And tethers are just that. They will tether from your current base and give you a line feed of oxygen and power. Now that we have solar panels and it's daytime, power will not be an issue for our gun. However, oxygen is until we get a tether line going. Okay, that's good enough for now. Let's go ahead and run back to the base. Right there. Wrong way. Uh-oh. We might cut it a little bit close. No, we got breathing room. We're okay. We're okay. Ah. So tethers. Allow me to show you. They work just exactly as they sound. Press T again and you'll instantly grab a tether. Kind of a nice way to give yourself a couple of quick lines out. Let's see. Where was... No, oh, well, there's more compound. That's fine. We'll come up here and get more compound. And boom, and boom. Okay. Great. So now with our tethers in place, we are connected up to the base, and we have infinite amounts of oxygen. Many people in the forums, in Reddit, in recent polls anyway, have expressed that they kind of would like to see oxygen be something that you have to constantly keep up on. I think I'd be alright with that. I don't know. You could probably make resin. Well, probably not resin, but where you can turn it into oxygen via compound. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Reason I would agree with that is currently there's not a real urgency if you run out of oxygen. Like obviously your character will die, clearly. But when he dies, all you do is spawn right back at the base. So you do lose your backpack of stuff, but if you can get back to where your backpack was, everything's there and intact. So yeah, the urgency is just the matter of whether or not... I guess on the survival level, I don't feel like I'm ever in true peril. I just feel like I may get inconvenienced, I guess is the best way to put it. So maybe that wouldn't hurt. There's two ways to die in the game. An unexpected fall and death death mushroom cloud spouting things. Yeah, not the most technically pretty way to put it, but it is what it is. Okay. So let's do this. Let's pull this guy out here. And this guy out here, since I know we have more resin. There we go. Now the sun has gone down, so we are going to have power issues again. So we will try to kind of utilize what we have here. So now that we have kind of a basic layout of what we want. Oh, you know what? We're going to run out of... Yep, there we go. We need to empty our backpack. So let's throw in all of our compound here for... Oh, that's resin. We don't want to do that yet. Come on, resin. Work with me. We'll set you here. All right, so we're going to pull this one in. Let's get the camera as straight as we can right there. Pull this in. And... Great. And now we have ourselves a main station. So the first things first, let's go ahead and create us a smelter so we can get some copper and whatnot going. That's going to be our next major investment. Once we get a smelter going and get a steady amount of minerals and resources, we'll be in really good shape. So there is that workstation. Let's go ahead and pick up more resin. There we go. Do we have enough for another node of it? Come on. Come on, power. Daylight would be amazing right about now. And this should hopefully do it. Oh, now it's just teasing. Let's see if we can see any tiny little resin poking its head out. Probably in this cluster. Yep, there we go. Okay. This should be our second piece. There we go. Man, made us work for it, guys. Okay. So next things next, apparently. Let's put this away. Click this out. Drop that there. Now we do need to get a second piece. Okay, so here's how your backpack works. A little bit of an interesting trick. You'll see that you can craft various things down here in the bottom by just, flipping your way through the menus. Now, if it requires an element, such as in this case compound, it'll actually remove it, freeing up a slot in your backpack. So technically you have 9 slots. Well, actually, you also have 2 on the sides. Like if you really wanted to, you could drop this. You could drop this up here where the solar panel is, but no real purpose to that. So technically, yes, you got 8, 10, 11 total that you can actually store things on. 2 of them will be dedicated to utilities if you decide to use them. Resin. Man, just never enough resin in here. So let's go ahead and follow our tether line out a little bit further. I don't think we have any more down here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay. So when we get more solar, we will fill in that hole here so we don't keep constantly falling out. Oh, you know what? Let's get us, let's go over here. So let's drop a few tethers so we at least have a good line of oxygen coming out. Over here, looks like we stumbled onto something exciting. What do we got here? Oh, this was our compound hole. Okay. Well, at least we rediscovered that. So let's fill up here. And that looks like all of the compound. Regarding power, we do have another option. This guy right here happens to be a renewable power source because it's in a little block formation. And the yellow is power. Now, you can use these power nodes for a couple of different things. You can actually keep them on your person. Like right now, it's going to pull it from the gun if I do need to use any more power. Oh, do we have a cave? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a cave. Okay. We got all sorts of fun stuff. What I'm going to do, so we're going to drop a beacon. Just so I don't forget where this is, because I have a terrible memory when it comes to what resources are where. So drop that guy down. Boom. Perfect. And we're starting to get some sun. Sweet. Once that actually hits our backpack, we'll be in really good shape. Now, to kind of show you how the power elements work. Your base, obviously, needs some power, hence the lovely message, no power near. So, oh, I didn't realize that rock is permanent. We can't apparently change anything there. So we can either do one of two things. We can either drop our solar panel on here, and now that it's actually getting solar, it'll fill it up nice and easy. However, I'm going to keep this on my backpack for the time being. To quickly put something on your backpack, just hit tab. Let's throw in our power node. So if we put that on there, it'll drain out the power and fill up the smelter to a point where we can actually use it. You can put this on any of the nodes. Everything works fine. Doesn't really matter. So that is your power management skills that you need to make sure that your base is taken care of. Let's go ahead and explore back over this way. So we need a little bit more resin. What our next big thing to do is we actually want to go ahead and research the research department, or rather build a research department. What is this? See, this is what I like about the game. There's so many random things. And look, there's a chunk of research in there. Okay, so we definitely need to get our research going. These things are handy. So the research nodes will open up new technologies that you can either build with a 3D printer or right from your backpack. Let's see, 50% oxygen. Oh, look at that. We're just going to call it a good day. We're just going to get all the research here. Once you have the research, each of the nodes are unique. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna. Oh, good. We're close to our tethers. Thank heavens. See, and we don't want to fall in this, so just take it and smooth it over, nice and easy. Okay. All right, so get node 1 over here, node 2 over here. You will find yourself doing this little juggling game probably for the bulk of your first experience in this game until you get trucks or rovers. They do help dramatically. They are buggy, really buggy, but they at least help with the management of your resources. Now, because there are events, we haven't hit one yet, so I'm not going to jinx it, but because there are events that can cause things to maybe wander, we will go ahead and put these in a little cubby right here so we know where they're at. Okay. Resin. Always resin. Let's see if there's any over here. We're just going to go off our tether here. I guess we could make more tethers if we really wanted to. Probably not a bad idea, especially if we want to go cave spelunking. Resin. I'm not seeing it. So, on the different planets, it's kind of interesting because it seems like how much of the resources are also generated pretty randomly. I've had one friend who, no matter what we looked at, it was always compound. He had more compound on his planet than he knew what to deal with. And then I have another friend, Scorched Panda. No matter what we do, we could just find resin everywhere. Resin was not an issue. Got 99 problems and resin ain't one. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Let's make that a bit more level. So control will, to a fault, match the elevation that you have it currently flat and where you start at. So it's not perfect, and it does tend to kind of match whatever is around it. So considering how rocky some of these areas are, you'll start down here like so, and by the time you're done, you're way above where you want. But a little bit of smoothing, and that's all it takes. Now, I have seen people get really creative with it. Check out the Reddit for Astroneer. Check out their pictures. One dude created a hand, which he was sitting very politely in. The creativity this game allows reminds me a lot of like the first kind of rendition, the original vanilla of Minecraft. There you are, compound. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but I'll take anything at this point. Okay, compound is good. So what we could do is make a little solar panel for our base just until we get our printer up and running. Our printer's going to take copper, and the copper is down in mines usually. So that looks good. Okay, we got plenty of copper now. And we're about to lose sunlight, so there goes our power. We're about to lose oxygen too, which apparently is a thing. So let's not do that. Alright, good enough. Let's get back on tether. Uh-oh. I may have wandered just a little bit too far. Yep, we're definitely suffocating. That's no good. Right there. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Oh, so close. Okay, thank you. Okay. Near death averted. Let's create some more tethers so that won't happen again, shall we? Okay. So we lost our compound over here because, like I say, we ran out of our magic spaces here. I think what we'll do is let's go drop our one resin back at base. We're looking at about the 20 minute mark, if I can talk. This might actually be a very good place to kind of stop this episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Astroneers. It's a really fun game. I am enjoying myself quite a bit with it. If you are finding that you're enjoying the content, if you like what you're seeing, feel free to hit the like button. I definitely won't argue, and I appreciate all the support you have there. Some of the other game series coming up, I'm going to be doing Rimworld. I'm going to also be planning an Astroneers run. Or an Astroneers, that's what I'm playing, a Subnautica run. And then we also have Stardew Valley, Surgeon Simulator 2013, and I also have never played Darksiders, so I'm going to play that through here. And, of course, we'll see how the comments say I'm terrible at the game, which I understand. All right, folks, that's going to do it. Thank you again. This is Spot with Spotric Games, and you have yourself an excellent day. Thank you.